Hello, this is Blue Star, defender of Equestria, and this is my SeaquestriaFest Day 0 and Day 1 video because things yesterday were a little bit stressed, but things today are actually pretty good, so roar! And now I can show you something that we didn't get to see for most of, SeaquestriaFest last year. It's called the sea! Yay! Yay, okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't really show both. Okay, whoops. Unfortunately, I can't really show both at the same time. So yeah, we're actually going to step over here a little bit. Yeah, okay, enough of that. But still, it's like, yeah, the weather is so much nicer than it was last time. It's like, there were times where I remember definitely last year, it's like, we've seen something we didn't get to see before. It's called the sun. Oh well, it was a coastal storm, what do you want? But yeah, it's tempting, to go out into the water and stuff, but it's not exactly a warm, sunny summer day out there. I mean, it's nice, but it's still, the air is cold, the water's cold, so no. But anyway, yeah. So normally, in some ways I record these almost in some ways more for myself than anything else. But yeah, because after all, maybe, see what happened last year, and then next year, and if I watch this 5 years from now, it's like, oh yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, so going on to what I call Day 0, which is basically the trip here. It was actually not so, at first it didn't seem so bad, but yeah, I think the long story short is that, yeah, I'm not going to be doing any kind of recording or editing or anything with Tell Your Tale, if, again, next year. Because, yeah, I mean, yeah, I left, I was hoping to leave a lot earlier than I did last year, because last year I recorded, edited, uploaded the video before, the Tell Your Tale reaction before I left. But unfortunately, so that obviously added like an hour or two to the time that I would leave, and I left a lot later than I would have liked. So this time it's like, okay, I just recorded the reaction, and then I drove here, and then, I'll edit it here, because with my new super laptop, okay, it's not that super, but it's pretty good, that I do have the ability to edit and stuff while I'm here, but yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore, because yeah, I got here later than I thought I was going to be, even though I left, I'm pretty sure, earlier than I did last year, but I guess there was just lots of traffic and stuff, and, it's like almost 7 o'clock by the time I get here, and then obviously once I get all my stuff unpacked and all that sort of thing, that yeah, it's like, I think by the time that I finally actually was, in some ways ready to sit down to do the editing, it was about like 8:30 or something, because I decided to go get some of the pizza downstairs, because it's just so delicious. So yeah, so it's 8:30, and it's like, at this point, it's like, nah, I don't really want to be editing this video, but I edited the video, I got it uploaded through the very slim and unfortunate reminder of how slow, hotel internet is, and yeah, so yeah, long story, yeah, we're not gonna do that next year. It's like, we'll wait until I get back and stuff, because yeah, it just adds so many delays and stuff to everything else, so yeah. Still, otherwise, yeah, so otherwise, Day 0 wasn't so bad. I mean, yeah, it seemed like there was traffic everywhere. Even I was like, okay, I always say the hardest part of this trip is getting off of crazy Long Island and stuff. That after that, it's usually okay, but that didn't seem to be the case. It's like I was getting stuck in places I usually don't get stuck in, and it certainly was getting stuck later on. So yeah, that wasn't so much fun. Still, I got here okay. Everything's good, and all that stuff. So, need my schedule, because yeah, so yeah, and I would have recorded this video like yesterday, but it's like, no, that's it, I'm done. I just want to join us. So yeah, so talking about today, Day 1 of SeaquestriaFest, it's like starting with the opening ceremonies. It's like, fortunately, was a little delayed, to be honest, but overall, that opening ceremony was actually pretty good. So yo. There was definitely, let's just say, there were some fun things with Ellie, as there almost always are. She's almost like becoming like the SeaquestriaFest, almost like, an extra mascot or something, so. Yeah, I was gonna Yeah, I've just realized I normally do a video about posting my schedule, but I decided not to do that because I don't know. I don't know if it was worth it or not. I was gonna go to this thing called the Method Mayor's Improv Theater with Crackle's cousin and friends, but I think unfortunately the other long story short is that yeah, I think typical Blue Star mistake is that I kept pushing myself too hard and or worrying about the panels, so I was all stressed out. And again, everything kind of happened in the last few hours of the evening yesterday, so I was like, you know what, yeah, I kind of wanted to go to that, but at the same time, no, you know what, I wanted to take a look at the rest of the layout of SeaquestriaFest, see when things were open, when those sorts of things. I mean, even though I don't think the layout of this place has changed pretty much at all, because I think they basically rented every space that they could. Is basically the short answer, but still. So yeah, so I think I basically just hung out that, tried to prepare a little bit for my panel, which I think went sort of okay. The good news is it could have gone worse. Gotta look at the positive. It's like, yeah, it's like it definitely didn't go well, but it definitely didn't go badly either. It's like it could have gone better, I think is the short answer, because yeah, brain is legitimately not functioning. And yeah, I mean, even though I did this panel already, that, yeah, it's like, I think in some ways I might have actually needed to prepare more for this panel and like go and review maybe the episodes, because this one was the lessons of friendship, and go and review some of the episodes that I meant to review, but, because I actually do have a list of like episodes, like, okay, this episode, that episode, but with the two other panels that I was working on, it's like, it's like I watched sort of the important bits of some of those episodes, but yeah, in some cases. But I think the bigger thing I needed to do was not stress out and make sure that I just get enough sleep and stuff, because almost had the moment that I was afraid of, that I just stand before the audience and I go, I mean, the good news is that, I mean, that sort of happened, but it wasn't for the reason that I was afraid of, that is just look at the audience and go, which I think, fortunately, I think I've been able to handle in some ways, so that's good. So again, it could. So yeah, we had a few more of those like, what should I say, kind of moments. But otherwise, that panel went okay. I mean, the good news is that at the end, that actually got some pretty good questions during the Q&A session. And sometimes I'm thinking again, it's like, that's a good question. I really wish I had a better answer, but my brain is not functioning right now. But still, I think might have hopefully answered those questions successfully, what I was thinking. So, still, I'm pleased to see that there were some people in the audience that actually were asking questions about that stuff. And I do have to say, though, that, the lessons of friendship, that's a difficult question. It's a thing to find a question about that can be difficult. So, but still, again, it could have gone better, but it could have gone a lot worse. So, yeah, then the lunch, obviously lunch break. It is good that this con actually builds in things like lunch breaks and dinner breaks and stuff, because, yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff going on, but, on this con too. But yeah, a lot of cons are like, when do I eat? It's like, we gotta eat sometime, man. So yeah, so obviously hung out about that, and because I was actually part of this other panel that was content creating workhorses. So it's like me and two other content creators were talking about stuff, and like YouTube and those sorts of things. And yeah, I think that went very well. I mean, parts of me thinking, maybe I should have said a little bit more, but of course, I'm just participating in this panel. I'm not going to try to step on the person's the hooves who's actually hosting it and stuff. So, still, I think that went pretty well. I mean, that was his first panel. I think he did a good job. So, and it was kind of nice to just talk with fellow like YouTubers and content creators, and it's like, oh yeah, I totally know what you're going through, man. So yes, so then let's make, and the next panel was, let's make a little deal. And my little deal. It's like, yeah, I must admit, I love those old game show things. That was actually pretty fun, and that was also this person's first panel, and again, it went pretty well. So yeah, so it's good to see some new faces and new people taking on panels and all these sorts of things, because, well, this con is very new, so and all that stuff. So it's good to see new people coming in and stuff. So, yes. And then after that, it's like, oh yeah, the buckball tournament. That actually runs from like 3:30 to 5. I think it's still going on, actually. In about 7 more minutes, so. It's like, I think during most of that was just kind of just chilling out and just sort of, in some ways, trying to take a breath a little bit, maybe go look at the vendor hall a little bit. But I did poke my head in the door a little bit and took some footage of the buckball tournament. And overall, I thought that was actually, it looked like everybody was having some fun, and I kind of, and yeah, I can't actually remember I think the basic rules of buckball in the show is that, yeah, there was like I think the Earth ponies, like go for the, go for the whatever. I'm a computer programmer, not a sports person. But anyway, yeah, no, anyway, what I think the long story short is that they took that game and they made it work for people and stuff. So I think that it looked like people and ponies were having fun and stuff. So that was good. And right now is almost time for the dinner break. Yeah. Then after, I was actually going to go afterwards. I was going to go to this thing, Ponies Unity Friendship, a critical look into the community, but it's like, nah, I don't think so. Yeah, I think after my first panel that, yeah, I think I want to spend most of the rest of today, maybe just chill, relax, maybe go and review my presentation a little bit more. The good news is with that one's on, the world of Maritime Bay on the more recent content, and and definitely there's a lot less of it than 9 seasons of Friendship is Magic, so I have a better chance of being able to retain most of that in my brain right now. But yeah, I mean, but yeah, because again, I think the long story short is, it's some ways it always seems to be the case, is that a lot has happened in the last month, both in terms of, my channel, MOP, and other things that have been going on. It's been stressful, shall we say. So I think in some ways, okay, you know what, let's take a moment, or a few moments, or a lot of moments. Okay, let's take a breath, catch our breath and all that sort of thing, and sort of, figure out stuff, and, because that's definitely been, obviously, yesterday I was at home recording a Tell Your Tale reaction. Now, I'm here, I'm staring at this lovely view of the ocean, and I can hear it even through the door and stuff, so... So, yeah, there's definitely a period of, like, okay, kind of finding your bearings and sort of getting in gear, as I like to say. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, there also appears to be, or maybe there was, I'm not sure if it's going on or if it's over, but there was there was like a huge parade of like classic cars, and there was actually driving along the boardwalk. So there was a lot of people. So there's actually a lot more people here overall in Ocean City. I mean, there is actually, I think, a few more ponies here at this particular con, but yeah, so yeah, like this morning I go outside and it's like I open the door to listen to the ocean, and then I was going to hear vroom. It wasn't that loud, but some of those motors are obviously very loud, so once you open the door you can hear it going. But still, that was kind of cool. It's not every day you get to see a row of maybe a couple hundred classic cars driving along the boardwalk, so roar. So yeah, it's taken a little bit of adjusting, and yeah, so I think, gonna spend the rest of the evening just sort of just chilling out, preparing for the next panel, so that hopefully it goes a little bit better than the first one. But I might still go down to the concert, because, that might be fun, but we shall see. Because, so anyway, because yeah, I do enjoy, because like, I'm glad that I am here to be able to do these panels, but at the same time, I'm realizing that I need to take a little bit more time to just chill out and not go crazy and stuff. Because yeah, I was really worried about my panels and stuff, because especially the 2 new ones, because they're new. I've only just prepared them in the last, couple months or so. So like, oh, will they work out or not? So yeah, I think that was honestly getting to me and stuff, and like not sleeping well. So yeah, probably gonna spend the rest of the evening and just chilling out and stuff. And, so. Which is almost part of the reason why I kind of want to do this now, and because, again, even though, yes, you can't really see it right now, it seems, by the time it's like the evening is, well, it's all dark and stuff outside, and so I wanted to do this now so we could at least have a chance of seeing the outside, because this place is honestly pretty cool. So anyway, okay, I'm rambling on, and I'm losing it, and it's time to stop now and go get some dinner and stuff, and then I'll decide what I'm gonna do next. So yeah, and parts of me were always gonna, I mean, I guess by now, well, obviously by now you probably know, but yeah, I'm probably gonna do what I did last year, but that I'm gonna upload my videos when I get back, because they have a thing about saying, no live streaming, and I don't know if uploading a static video consumes more bandwidth than a live streaming, but I'm gonna assume it is, and not to mention, it's like, yeah, I can edit and stuff here, but let's not. Or even just upload this video and stuff. And it was kind of nice to have, have the option to like, okay, I'll put a picture over here of something and stuff, so you're not just, because I know this is not exactly particularly exciting, but it's like I'm sitting in a hotel room. It's not. But the good news is, this time I did not leave my laptop behind, and it is right over there, so... Alright, it's definitely time to stop now. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong, and pony on. Blue Star out.